Welcome to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast with Phil Graham. We help you master Facebook ads and give you an unfair advantage over your competition. Are you ready? Let's go.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Next Level Facebook. I messed up. Oh my gosh, I'm going to leave this in here because I've had a lot of people say, oh my gosh, you're perfect. No, this is proof I'm not perfect. I mess up too. So let's do a new intro. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast, episode 245. I'm Phil Graham. In today's show, I'm going to be sharing how you can run ads like Nike and Apple, but without the large ad budget. So whether you're running Facebook and Instagram ads for a local business, whether you're e-commerce, maybe you're a coach or consultant or selling courses, or for any kind of advertiser, no matter what, if you're advertising online, there are certain things that you can and should be doing when you're advertising to give you a much better chance for success. So even though you're not a big brand like them, you can take some of what they do and apply it to your ads, and it could make a lot of you so much more effective and really help your ads. And that's what I'm going to help you with in today's episode. I can't believe it's already like mid-January, you guys. The year's flying by already. This is insane. We're almost to February. Hope you guys are doing really well. If you guys want to get in touch, by the way, if you're looking for some one-on-one coaching, if you've got ideas for topics you want me to cover for the show, or if you actually want somebody to run your ads for you, feel free to go on over to my website, philgrahamdigital.com, or you can DM me on Instagram at philgrahamdigital. We can hop on a short Zoom, see if it's the right fit, and kind of go from there. So with that being said, before we jump into the content, I just wanted to give you a quick update. I'm getting close to announcing a new place for us to meet online, in addition to these weekly episodes, obviously, but somewhere where we can meet and really communicate on a regular basis. That's coming up. I've been working on that. I'm also working on some videos for you guys and all kinds of other fun stuff. So shouldn't be much longer. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And with that being said, let's jump right into this week's content, shall we, my friends? So how can you run ads like Nike and Apple, but without the large ad budget? Now, I realize that for most advertisers, you're not going to have, obviously, the kind of budget that a big company like that would have. That's a no-brainer. So this is not a budget thing. Like, you can run great ads even with lower budgets. And not everybody should be running ads exactly like Nike and Apple either. But like I said earlier, there's things that you can take from what they do and how they do it and apply it to your own business, to your own situation that could be very, very profitable for you. And those are the things that I want to talk about today. And I've identified 5 things that they do that you could use, that literally any advertiser could use, no matter what kind of business they have. And let's jump into those 5. So number 1, I noticed that Nike and Apple both test and run lots of different creatives. So they're not just putting an ad up and letting it sit there forever, although they may do that with some ads if they're doing well, but they're also testing lots of different things. They're testing ad angles. They're testing audiences. They're testing different images, different videos, and even different thumbnails for the same videos. And they're constantly testing. How many ad angles have you tested recently? Are you running just a couple ads and that's it? Or are you always testing a new angle? That's very important. So one of the great ways that you can have success with ads is always testing different ad angles, different images, different videos. You should always have something that is your winner, kind of like the benchmark, and then always be trying to beat that winner. Always try and find a new benchmark to measure against. So there should always be tests going on, and you can do this with any level of budget. So make sure you're testing lots of different things on a regular basis. Number 2, another thing I noticed is that most of the time, both Nike and Apple don't actually focus too much on the product itself or the features of the products. They actually focus on how you'll look or how you'll feel when you use the product, or what you'll be doing when you use the product, how your life could be better by using their products. This is really important because most advertisers and businesses get this wrong. It's not about your product or service. Again, this can be applied just as easily to a service. It's not about you. It's not about your service or product. It's about how that helps and benefits your customers and clients. So when you're running ads, make sure you focus on, most importantly, how you can benefit the life of your customers and clients, whether it's just entertaining them or changing their life in some way, depending on, obviously, on what kind of product or service you have. But don't talk about the features too much. Obviously, you want to talk a little bit about that, and you want to talk about how you differentiate, but it always comes back to the most important part, how that differentiation benefits your customers. That's the key. Nike and Apple do a great job of this. So make sure that you focus on showing how your product or service can actually benefit the lives of those people that buy it. Okay, number 3, they are amazing at inspiring with stories in their ads, whether it's TV ads, ads online. They have great ads that inspire, they tell stories, and they really make you feel something in their ads. There's too many advertisers that just put ads out that are just words on the screen. And there's not a story, or there's not a real message that's deeper than whatever product or service it is they're trying to sell. But if you can figure out a way to inspire people in an ad, then you can win the game of business, because you're going to stand out so well. And you can inspire people and give value while still having a call to action. Like, I realize that none of us are like Nike or Apple or Coca-Cola or Amazon, where we have a budget and we don't need to see a return. We all need to see a return. The key is you can do these things while still having the ask, while still going for a sale. In fact, these are the things that are going to give you the best chance for actually getting a return on your ad dollars. So it is about giving value and inspiring in your ads. It's very, very important. So inspiring with stories, you can use stories about your customers or clients, stories in your life, how you benefited. Just get really creative with it, but don't just run sales pitch ads. Number 4, they give value. Both Nike and Apple always give value in their ads. And value can come from many different sources. Definitely inspiration is a form of value. Educating somebody is a obvious form of value. And also entertaining people is a form of value. And again, like I said earlier, their ads typically will make you feel something when you're engaging with their ad while they're giving value. It's very similar to point 3, which is inspiring with stories. So make sure that you're inspiring with some kind of a story or message or mission. And then number 4, like I said, you're giving value in some way, whether it is inspiration or education or entertainment or all 3. That would be amazing if you could do all 3, and really try and get people to feel something in your ads versus just, oh, this is just a sales pitch. And then lastly, number 5, they're really good at showing their products being used by different types of people in different situations in life. And this is both through video, through images, and also through ad angles. Like, they're really good with that. So whatever your product or service is, you need to think about who are the different people that will buy it and use it, and how will they use it? And can you show those different types of people not only who they are, but using it in different situations or scenarios? For example, I have a client that sells lighting, and we talk about how lighting can benefit different areas of somebody's life. You can have lighting for Zoom rooms, in your home office. You can have lighting in your kitchen for light family fun time when you're making meals. You can have different lighting in the bedroom. You can have different lighting in the living room, and it affects different areas of your life. And we show different ads that show a window into each one of those areas and the types of people that might use them and why. And so how can you do that? You can do that no matter what kind of product or service you have. So don't get caught up in thinking this is just for product stuff, because it's for everybody. So before I recap the 5, let's talk a little bit about affordability, because I did talk about being able to do all this stuff without having to have a large budget if you don't want to, or if you can't. So number one, depending on your budget, you want to schedule your tests over a period of time. Now, obviously, if you have a large budget, you can test 4 or 5, 10 different ad angles all at the same time because you've got the budget for it. But let's say you have a smaller budget and you want to be conservative. Well, you could start testing 2 things at once. And that's probably one more than you're testing right now, effectively anyway. And then after 1 to 2 weeks, depending on what your budget is, you can test another 2 things, like replace those 2 with a new test. And you can test 2 at a time. If you have a little bit more of a budget, you could test 3 or 4 at a time. So depending on your budget, you should always be testing no matter what if you're running ads. It's just a matter of, do you test 2 at a time or more? Don't think you can't do this, because you absolutely can. Another thing you can do to help your money go further is to make sure that you leverage video, since in my opinion, video ads are definitely the best value for the money. I feel like you get the most benefit for the least amount of money when you do video. So that's a great way to do it. And then the last part to do this affordably is to get really good at evaluating data so that you actually make more money and get the best possible results. It really is a skill. You need to be really good at ads, evaluating the data from the ads, and then making adjustments based off of what's happening. And when you get really good at that, really skilled, it's just like a basketball player who becomes very, very good, like LeBron James. When you get really good at that, great things happen. Most people that play basketball are not very good. They're not good enough to be in the pros. And then there's the pros who are good enough to be there. And then there's the top, the cream of the crop. I want you to be the cream of the crop of what you do. And you can do that by becoming highly skilled. So again, to recap, if you run ads like Nike and Apple, and you leverage some of their best practices, then you're going to be testing lots of different ad creatives, even if you can only do 2 at a time. But obviously, if you can do more at once, that's even better because it's quicker. You're not going to focus just on your product or the features, or you're going to focus on how people will look or feel, or how their lives will improve by using your products and services. And number 3, you're going to inspire your audience with stories, whether it's from your customers and clients or from your experience. And you're going to give value. Number 4, you're going to give value through inspiration, education, entertainment, or maybe all of the above, and really make people feel something in your ads. And then lastly, you're going to show your products or services being used by different people in different stages of life or situations in their lives. And you can do this affordably, my friends. I hope this was super helpful. Like, if you guys have questions about any of this stuff, let me know. philgrahamdigital.com or at philgrahamdigital on Instagram. And I think I'm going to start doing TikTok videos too. Call me crazy, but it's kind of fun. So I'll be doing that as well. I'll let you know once I start. You guys, episode 245 is in the books. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your attention. I hope this is valuable for you, and I will see you on next week's episode. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast. Please remember to subscribe and share this with all your friends. For show notes, more tips, and to learn more about Phil, please visit philgrahamdigital.com/podcast.